Hey, what's happening, everyone? It's your boy Dealer Destro back with another G.I. Joe review. Today we're taking a look at the 50th anniversary Saw Viper that comes in a 3-pack with the updated Cobra Battle Android Trooper as well as the updated female version Cobra Officer. And we'll be taking a look at those two other figures in separate videos. So first off, I just want to say that this figure's kind of an emotional roller coaster for me because the club released these same figures, I want to say for the 2013 Night Force set, and I bought in on that. I bought in reluctantly on that because the Saw Viper offering for that set, now that I have this figure in hand, unfortunately is subpar to the Hasbro offering. Now Hasbro usually doesn't make figures that the club does. I don't know if it's some kind of agreement that Brian has with someone over at Hasbro, but this one kind of struck me as a bit of an oddball. But nonetheless, I'll take it. So, as per the usual, we'll just go ahead and get right in. Comes with 2 file cards, technically 4, which is run-of-the-mill for the 50th line. So I will find the English one, and I will leave that up there for my fellow Joe heads. If y'all haven't got a chance to see this and y'all want to read it, there is that. So we'll set that to the side. This dude comes with quite a heavy loadout, and we'll go ahead and get him disarmed and talk through his accessories real quick. So the knife on him, on all of them actually, is a bit of a bummer, and here's why. So I think what had happened was I think the knives were prematurely put into the slots on the vest. This one right here is all me because this one comes loose in the packaging, so I got no one to blame but myself. But there's that. That's what they look like, and that's unfortunate, but not a big deal because, you know, I'll be storing mine in the vest compartment on the figure itself. It comes with this nice 50 cal machine gun. Is pretty beastly. It does break down into 2 separate pieces, which is nice. I mean, if you're like me and you're a pack rat, you want to store stuff, this makes storage a bit easy. These handles also come off as well. So there's that. The bullets, pretty run-of-the-mill for your modern Joe offering. They will feed into the machine gun on a slot on the side, and we'll take a look at that when he's all geared up. This is nice. He comes with another heavy machine gun, probably of a lower caliber. I'm not sure. But it's nice because you got the bipod that flips up. The different nuance between this and the club one is Hasbro actually sculpted bullets that feed into the side of the gun, and they improved the mechanism to which this attaches on, because all you got to do right is just pull it off and it just pegs right back in. So not bad. I do like the fact that they broke this up with, that is paint, because the sprue mark underneath there is black. So that is always nice. You know, I can't really harp on them for not doing little paint accents here and there, because I mean, it's just the scale, and I'm still happy to be getting product. So it seems like they're unsure of what to do with this line for now, and hopefully they will figure it out. So this is the helmet. Full disclosure, the mic piece, I put some silver accents, painted it black, and put a silver accent on the microphone because that's just what I think it looks like in my Joeverse. So that's the beauty of these things, is if you don't like what you get out of the package, you can always modify it, which is a plus. So I'm all about that. And then he comes with a teensy weensy pistol. Nothing really to write home about, but it's nice that they added it. So let's go ahead and get into this guy. I'm just going to put his helmet back on for the sake of this, because that is how he is displayed. So looking at the figure, really nice. I love that they went with the Pursuit of Cobra beachhead vest. I want to say that's what this is. So you got paint down the middle. You got the nice, not sure what's going on with my camera here. Bear with me one sec, please. Okay. So you got the nice binoculars that in the sheath with the painted accents that I think break this up pretty good. Looks like they went with the Pursuit of Cobra Iron Grenadier arms, that's fine. I do like the fact that they went with this vest over the vest that the club went with. I'm pretty sure the club just popped Ripcord, maybe, his head from the Retaliation 3-pack onto an Iron Grenadier body. But I think this is a better choice of parts for this figure. Looking at the back here, again, the sheath is painted, the grenades, I think this all breaks this figure up pretty nice. I dig it. I love it. I'm a fan. I'm sold. Paint gets a little crazy in the visor, but again, at this scale, what can you expect? I can't really complain because again, I think Hasbro gave us a superior figure than the club did, aside from the fact that I had to paint this, but no big deal there. So articulation, I'm just going to go ahead and move this out of the way. So the figure, getting close here, is what you come to expect. Articulation is a little hindered because of how the vest mold goes over the shoulder and how these pads go up, so you don't get much, like he's kind of hindered, but you do get the full 360 rotation. You get the nice elbow joint. This figure does not have the wrist articulation, but it does have the wrist, I don't know what that is, swivel, I guess. So, I mean, articulation is pretty run-of-the-mill for what you'd expect from a modern era figure offering. Legs go out to there, which on the club figure you had these we'll do a side-by-side, but you had these flaps that kind of hindered leg articulation. So I feel like this figure you can achieve more of a dynamic pose, if you will, for, if you want him kind of crouched with his gun or whatever. It's much easier to achieve that with this figure than it is the club. So, I think, again, odd that Hasbro would kind of step on the club's toes like that. And again, I'm not in the meetings. Hasbro doesn't send me my figures. I work for my money and I buy my figures just like the rest of y'all. So, the reason we're talking about this is if, any of y'all are on the fence, or you're waiting for them to hit, in your area, which they probably have, you get an idea of what you're getting. So you got good articulation on the feet. Again, double jointed knee. I love the fact that they incorporated, the knee pad as its own piece and that they started doing double jointed knees. I think, that again speaks volumes to what G.I. Joe is and how it sets its own precedent for what an action figure should be. So, and I know we kind of flew through this, but, as G.I. Joe fans, we all know what to expect from a modern era offering. So we will get this guy geared up, come back and do some side-by-sides with the club offerings, and go from there. All right, so we're back, and here are the Hasbro ones next to their club exclusive counterpart. What I find interesting is if you look at the file card and you look at this guy in the back here in the middle, you can see clearly the file card is modeled after the club one. Now, I don't know if that was an error or what, but he does not look like either of these guys. So I find that interesting. It's just an interesting talking point. So here is the Hasbro one, and I painted the visor and helmet on this one because, you know, it just needed it. But I mean, if you look all around, side by side, I'm gonna go with, I think I like the Hasbro one better. And I have an older video where I review this figure, and I was watching them last night because I'm in the process of rendering and putting the videos together to post. And the review for this one, I think y'all are going to get a kick out of, because I do not go easy on this figure. I mean, especially, you know, at the price point versus this. I mean, what this, like, if you break it out, what are they, 15 figure box sets? So you figure you pay anywhere between, I don't know, $32 and $35 per figure. You pay, what, $22.99, and you get 2 other awesome figures with this one, and this is an awesome figure in and of itself. You know, despite the little issues with the knives and the paint, whatever, but you can always touch that up later if you're, you know, if you're into that kind of stuff. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, clearly this is, don't get me wrong, this is an okay figure. But for the price that I paid for this versus what I paid for this, I would take this over this any day of the week. But anyway, I detract from the overall point of this review. So the point of this review is to focus on these guys. So what does it boil down to? Does it boil down to, should you add this figure to your collection? I mean, heck, yeah. You know, considering you get 2 other figures in the package with it, I would say absolutely. If you're a troop builder, then, you know, Hasbro did you a solid by offering a 3-pack army builder, strictly for army builders. You know, and we'll be taking a look at the female officer in the back coming up here in the next 2 videos. But yes, do I think you should grab this 3-pack? Yes. If you see it hanging on the pegs, grab it. Maybe give it a once over, see how the paint is, because I've passed on a few because, you know, the Cobra insignia here was, it was kind of spotty, or, you know, paint apps on the face were a little crazy. But if you see one hanging at retail, I would say get it, especially considering they're going anywhere for, what, $30 to $36 on eBay. So yeah, so I highly recommend it. So as usual, appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see, because we're going to be posting a ton of videos in the coming weeks. So appreciate you guys listening in. Until next time, take care. Thanks.